The tea is exceptionally good today. Who made this? Very delicious. Hold on.
Hello, Cosmic Sippers. Hey, it's your girl Nova Charm, and welcome to another episode of Astrology Tea with Nova Charm. Here on this channel, we give you all the cosmic tea that you never knew you needed a sip of. On this episode, we continue our journey of Will They Make It Past the Villa, Love Island edition, where we're taking a look to see if the couples that manage to scurry themselves up a relationship will be able to continue that relationship outside of the villa based on some of their placements in astrology. Before we get too deep into it, please, oh please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to your girl. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss a moment of any of this cosmic tea that I have for you to sip. And trust, it is delicious. On this episode, we're diving into Shelly and Ace. Now, I almost wanted to cry when they left the villa because honestly, this was my couple. I would have bet money that they made it to the finals. I would have lost a lot of money on that bet too. Because somehow, in America's vote, they managed to not get enough votes to be able to stay for the finale. And this was really crushing to a lot of fans because out of all of the couples that were left in the villa, this was the couple that had the strongest connection. I was completely bewildered and behooved, honey. Just absolutely flabbergasted. But you're not here to listen to my complaints. We're going to examine on whether or not Shelly and Ace have the compatibility to last outside of the villa. Now, just to be honest, just by looking at them, I would say yes. Yes, absolutely. Based on their chemistry, absolutely. But there has been a little bit of reserve about Ace because he is 22 years old. So no one knows if he is really ready for something that is as serious as maybe Shelly might be ready for. But never mind that. We're going to look at it based on their placements in their chart. Well, some of their placements. The placements that matter anyway when it comes to love. Starting with Shelly. Now, Shelly has confirmed that she is a Gemini rising, a Virgo sun with a Gemini moon. Can you say intellectual baddie? My girl's big three is just straight Mercury energy, okay? Now, with that being said, her Mercury is also in Virgo, and she has a Libra Venus with a Scorpio Mars. Now, because of the fact that she is a Gemini rising, that means that her 7th house would fall in Sagittarius. And we'll get into that in just a bit. Now, when it comes to Ace's chart, I was not able to find his rising sign. However, he has his sun in Leo, a moon in Leo. His Mercury is also in Virgo, and his Venus is also in Libra. Now, his Mars is in Leo. And Ace's Leo energy is so prominent in his personality. Like he can't help himself, okay? Everybody was talking about how bossy he was around the villa. I mean, look at his chart. Have you seen this boy's chart? Like, God wanted him to be this way, y'all. The universe wanted it this way, okay? Now, as you know here, I like to start with the communication portion of it. So let's go straight to their Mercury, which both of their Mercuries are sitting in Virgo. That means they have similar communication styles. They're able to really think about what they say before they say it to one another and have the ability to have a real strong communication. The only thing that they may bump heads with this placement is it may be a little hard for either one of them to admit when they are in the wrong. It may bump heads just a little bit on that. But outside of that, yeah, they'll be able to have really strong communication, which that is amazing for a relationship. And when it comes to their sun sign, y'all know how I feel about the sun. It's cool and all, but it really don't have a lot to do with what we're talking about as far as the relationship. But just so we can get into it and we talk about the ego portion of them both. Her being a Virgo and him being a Leo, ultimately I feel like that works out. Virgos are a little bit more reserved and they kind of let people kind of sit back and just observe everything. Whereas Leos like to be center stage. So it kind of matches because whereas Shelly may not want all of that attention on her, Ace is like, hand it here. Give me all of the attention. Okay? So I feel like that might actually balance each other out in their sun signs. And they actually would get along on that. Now, when it comes to their moon signs, as we talked about earlier, Shelly is a Gemini moon, whereas Ace is a Leo moon. We're talking about air and fire, which is very harmonizing elements to have in this placement. Ace, with his Leo moon, is able to give her that passionate side of him as far as in the emotional range. Now, Shelly may be a little bit more reserved. She's going to intellectualize all of her emotions because that's what Gemini moons do. They sometimes have a hard time feeling their emotions. They know exactly how they feel, but they just have a hard time actually expressing it. And this would explain why she didn't want to talk to Huda when they had their incident. Shelly needed to be in a space where she was able to verbally articulate exactly what she wanted to say without becoming emotional, because Gemini moons do not like to be overly emotional. Now, where Leo moons can tend to be a little dramatic, Gemini moons are a little bit more laid back. Neither of them are too emotional to where they would actually turn each other off. So actually, this is a really good match for the moon. Now, moving on straight to their Venus signs. Both of these people have a Venus in Libra. And if you don't know, Libra is literally ruled by Venus along with Taurus, but Libra definitely is one of the placements that is very comfortable with Venus because it lives there, okay? It's home, all right? So basically, Shelly is exactly the type of girl that Ace would like. As I explained to you in an earlier video, when it comes to Venus for women, it describes how she likes to be loved, and the Mars kind of explains the type of guys that she's attracted to. When it comes to the men, it's vice versa. Venus describes the type of woman that they are attracted to, and Mars describes how he likes to go about going after that woman and the type of love that he likes to receive. So with Venus in Libra for Shelly, basically she is the type of girl that he likes. With his Libra also being in Venus, like she's perfect in his eyes. Now, when it comes to Mars, their sexual chemistry is going to be amazing. Okay? It's going to be out this world. Shelly is a Scorpio Mars. And honey, if you know, you know, okay? Scorpio was once ruled by Mars, and it definitely deals with the sex of it all, okay? This is exactly why they say Shelly's freaky. And she is. She is. Believe that. Her Mars says so. And also with Ace's Mars being in Leo, that's also a great placement, and Leo actually likes it there. So I honestly might, offer to pay some money to see one of them sessions, honey. No wonder they didn't do nothing on TV. That wasn't nobody's business how filthy it's finna get for them. Now, with Shelly's rising being in Gemini, that automatically means that her seventh house is in Sagittarius. What this describes for her is her dream man of someone with a passionate, fiery personality, someone who is well-traveled and cultured, someone who is spontaneous. And this person has to be able to intellectually stimulate her as well. And Ace fits that description to a T. I mean, how I first met Ace was on TikTok, where he was teaching the people from other countries how to dance. He's literally cultured to the point to where they had shirts made of him in a whole nother country. They walking around with Ace's face on their shirt all day long. I mean, they love that guy. So, yeah, he is perfect for her, and she is perfect for him. And I'm not just saying that because they're my favorites either. I'm saying that because I'm looking at their chart and we see their chemistry, and yes, it all matches up. Overall rating of whether this relationship has the survival capacity, I give it a 9 out of 10. I hold it up there pretty high. I do have to deduct a point because of Ace's age. That does concern me. But outside of that, their chart matches up perfectly. So yes, they will make it past the villa, in my opinion.